Hi, I'm Kiele JAEL. I'm a nutritional wellness chef and a sensuality coach for women, and I'm a recovering dieter. Today I want to talk to you about how to get healthy without dieting. I started my first real diet when I was 11. I was so young. I was a ballet dancer, I was in the 5th grade, and I remember making the distinction that skinny was good and fat was bad. And I didn't really understand much more than that. Growing up in the 90s, it was all about Slim Fast, diet pills and diet plans, hydroxycut, the waif look, the whole supermodel vibe. And the only foods that were popular were ones that helped you lose weight, that were labeled as fat-free, non-fat, or low-fat. Fat was the enemy, so food was the enemy. I was conditioned from a very young age that dieting is normal and it will be a constant in my life. Why is that? I come from a culture where food is central to family life and it is abundant, it's everywhere, and it's not all very healthy. Because I was so active from such a young age, I never really had to worry about being overweight or feeling fat. I was always so toned and muscular. However, I knew that with my genes and with my surroundings, I had the potential to be overweight and fat and have tons of problems in life. And that scared me. So I was always on a quest to understanding what healthy meant and what it was, and what diet was the best. During high school and growing up as a ballet dancer, I could eat anything under the sun because I was always so active. And I was health obsessed on one hand, but also a regular teenager on the other hand. I loved eating veggie sandwiches with sprouts and avocado, vegetable soups, fresh squeezed juices, and big, huge salads. And at the same time, I also loved going with my friends to fast food joints and eating Wendy's burgers and fries and their milkshakes and Frosties, I think they're called, and the hot dogs, sodas. I loved all of it. And I never really had to worry until I quit ballet at 18 and gained a newfound freedom in eating and just living my life. And I started dabbling in processed junk foods and dieting, and I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and that changed me big time. That led me on the yo-yo dieting roller coaster for the next 10 years, and I ended up eating lean proteins, tons of salads, restricting myself with different foods, and I tried everything. The Atkins diet, the paleo diet, the Mediterranean diet, the gluten-free diet. I did all the exercise classes that ever existed, tons of yoga, tons of spin classes, and even counted calories and figured out, how many foods I'd eaten throughout the day and taken logs of everything, and it was just exhausting. But I have to say that those diets and that kind of lifestyle, it worked for a period of time. I always yo-yoed from gaining and losing those same 10 pounds over and over again. So I understand how alluring and seductive and tempting dieting can be, because it feels so good to be told that you look amazing because you've lost weight, or what are you doing differently, or you just being filled with the compliments over and over again. But I also know the hurt and struggle you can feel from not being able to relax and deal with the constant stress and anxiety of figuring out what you should eat and what type of diet is going to work and restricting yourself and hating the way you look and feeling shame and dissatisfaction about yourself. Most diets are restrictive diets. They work well, but only for a little while. Diets make losing weight and getting healthier harder, not easier. Diets can create terrible habits. They can instill a restrictive scarcity mindset, and it can lead to binging, emotional eating, and other terrible disorders, and they can alter your metabolism for the rest of your life. Diets also make you miserable. They make you question your self-worth. They make you not give yourself self-love. They make you overly aware of how you look to other people. And they completely with your self-esteem. They rob you of your power. According to statistics done recently, the most common New Year's resolution that people make to themselves is to lose weight, get in shape, and get healthier, in that order. 70 to almost 80% of people in a recent poll have said that they could be healthier. Now that's spanning generations, so millennials, baby boomers, Gen X's, elderly, they've all said this. Now what's wrong with this picture? How did we get here to where the common theme is we could be healthier? Now why aren't we working on that? Well, there are options to help you lose weight and keep it off permanently without dieting. I'll use myself as an example. You've heard my yo-yo dieting crazy stories over my lifetime, and so for the past 10 years, I have been able to keep off weight permanently and shift my perspective. What did I do differently? I defined a customized plan that worked for me, known as a healthy lifestyle. To make it even more cliche, a holistic lifestyle. And in my work as a nutritional professional and wellness chef for women, this is the only method that has proven itself to work for people I know, for myself, for my clients. It has consistently helped people get healthy, lose weight, get in shape, feel amazing, heal themselves from ailments, and live an incredible life. The problem and reason why most people aren't able to do this is because it's difficult and it takes work, but it's not impossible. You can do it for yourself if you focus on a few things to help change, starting with focusing on how you spend your time and energy. I'm going to give you 5 ways on how to do this. Number 1, switch your energy from restrictive to abundant. You must focus on abundance in your life, what you want to bring to it, not what you want to get rid of. Shift that energy. Focus on abundance in food, in laughter, in nature, in joy, in love, in sex, in playtime. Everything should be abundant. Restriction is the opposite. 2, create new habits that you truly enjoy, that give you life. They shouldn't be tolerable. They should be enjoyable. Ask yourself, what do you love and enjoy? What makes you light up? The biggest mistake is choosing things we don't love, like running when you hate running, like eating steamed, seasonless vegetables when you really don't like them like that. This way of thinking works against you, and it's the opposite of how your brain forms good habits. It will make you resentful of these things, and therefore you can't create a good relationship with these new habits, so it's just not sustainable. So create good habits that you truly love and enjoy. Number 3, make these habits beneficial and lead with your senses. So your habits need to make you feel good. If they don't make you feel good, get rid of them. They should be comforting, satisfying, gratifying. Maybe it's that delicious coffee that you have in the morning, or maybe it's that sweet salad dressing that you have made and you love, or maybe it's that burst of energy you get from the fruit smoothie that you have midday. Without that feeling, it's never reinforced, so it doesn't become automatic. And so therefore it doesn't become a part of your lifestyle. And if it's not automatic, it's not a good, healthy habit. It's as simple as that. You need to enjoy your habits because it's so easy to negotiate with yourself to get out of things that actually do you good. So the more that you like something and you're able to adapt that into your life, you just do things you love. It's not a chore. It's not something you need to negotiate yourself out of. It's something that you find pleasure in, and it's something that you actually love doing. So definitely take the time to figure out what those things are for you. I'll use myself as an example again. For me, in my own case, it was juicing. I bought a juicer and I fell in love with juicing. There was something about buying a bunch of amazing fruits and vegetables and being able to put them through the juicer and create delicious recipes and fill myself with nutrients right away and actually get to taste what amazing fruits and vegetables tasted like. I remember thinking to myself, why did I not know that tasting these vegetables and these fruits, it could be possible for it to be as sweet or as strong and pungent and flavorful? I just never knew it. So that shift led me to caring about where my ingredients came from. So then I started visiting farmers markets, smaller ethical grocery stores, and caring more about how food has been grown and what it can do for my body. I then became obsessed with the beauty of different varieties of foods and the seasons of foods too. From leafy greens to fruits to herbs, and learning how to cook with them. It was really a big shift for me. I loved figuring out what combinations of foods could be good for me, and I started loving cooking vegetables and coming up with different creative ways to flavor them, but still honoring the simplicity of the natural flavors themselves. It was a whole new way of thinking, and it became my joy, and it became my default, and it became my new lifestyle, and it was a beautiful process. And that's what an intrinsically new habit looks like. It became less about restricting myself and more about feeding myself. This will help you create a lifelong identity. Start small, start creating one habit, and watch it evolve into another and another and another. Don't worry about how many calories you eat during the week or how much it burns. Just worry about creating new habits. Number 4, be constantly mindful. This is a practice. Your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, they are all acts of mindfulness. It helps you become more aware of your current mental state and what actions you can take during that time. Ask yourself what triggers you. Is it frustration because you're stressed out and haven't eaten anything throughout the day, so you're a bit hangry, so then you just reach for something empty and sweet like cookies or perhaps something like potato chips? It's really just about being aware of your actions and your feelings and taking control over them in healthy ways. So breathing, meditating, sitting with your feelings and thoughts, these are all ways to help you get there. Number 5, adopt a growth mindset. You can overcome obstacles with dedication and developing skills with just a little bit of effort. Being and staying healthy is one of the most difficult challenges that we're faced with. Because of the allure that dieting gets us healthy, it makes us believe that we are the problem, that we are not strong enough or determined enough, and it really makes us question our self-worth. It gives us feelings that we cannot adopt healthy habits and that we've got time, or we were waiting for the right moment to get healthy, or we're waiting to have more money, or we love cheese too much to give it up, or we hate eating vegetables, or we hate tomatoes, or we hate certain kinds of seafood. When you start to believe these things about yourself, it can become difficult to create new habits and make meaningful changes. And these are limiting beliefs. This is entrapment of a locked mindset, not a growth mindset. Growth mindset takes time, it takes effort, it takes development. You can learn anything you want. You can learn to be healthy by cooking well. You can learn to improve your body and your flexibility and mobility by moving more. You can learn to prioritize your own self-care and self-love, even if you work long hours and have a family you look after. Growth mindset also includes knowing that failure is a part of the process, and you won't learn things overnight. Setbacks are moments of clarity, or understanding what your boundaries are and your rituals need to be, and they're opportunities to grow and to learn more about how you operate in this world. I think about when a baby is learning to walk, how often they're getting up and they're falling down, and they're getting up and they're falling down. You know, is the baby getting up and then falling down and then saying, ugh, I'm a failure, I don't want to do this anymore? No, of course not. Remain focused on what is workable. Keep your actions and your awareness with your mindset in order to grow. Always keep tabs on what worked, what didn't work, what can I do differently. Shifting mindsets to abundance and growth is so important. Developing a mindful practice takes effort and self-reflection, and your willingness to try to do new things. For me, once I changed my strategy, I got help and guidance. I was able to see results within a few months and started feeling so much better. And then after a year, I looked amazing. My skin cleared up. My body's natural shape took over, and I exceeded my goals from a physical point of view, which was incredible. But here's the thing. By then, I wasn't focused on the number on the scale or how much I weighed or how much calories I was taking in a day. I felt happy. I was focused on how good I felt from the inside out. I was thrilled with myself for the first time in my life. I haven't looked at my own weight on a scale in years. I don't even own a scale. The struggle and defeat that I felt from a very young age and for the majority of my life went away. And I was able to finally feel free in the fact that I had control over my health and my happiness in my life. If you focus on mindfulness, healthy habits, a growth mindset, and an abundance mindset, you release the stress and anxiety and replace those feelings with joy and happiness and fulfillment. You will know how to bring yourself self-love rather than self-hatred or self-criticism. I've been happy and healthy for about 10 years now, and it feels all natural, like this was how I was meant to feel, and this is how I was meant to look, and how I was meant to be. My weight and body fluctuate. That just happens in life. Change is the only constant that we have in this world, and the only thing I can do is focus on my healthy habits and practices and what I need to do to fully accept myself. Our bodies and lifestyle are constantly changing, and it's really all about the journey and the growth mindset that we practice every single day. And when you practice that, this is how your body is going to feel when you work with your mind, not against it. So those are my tips on how to be healthy without dieting, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, click like, and definitely subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you want to learn more about sensual living, cooking, and flow, and how to be healthy for your entire life and learn holistic habits and tips, get on my website. The link is right below. I would love to hear from you. I do one-on-one coaching, and consultations are free. Take care. Be well. Bye.